Hey, everybody. I hope and pray that you're doing well today. As we come to our word from the Word. And today that word is His. His. Now, one of the most important words that could describe us is that we belong to Him, that we are His. Today in Daniel chapter 7, instead of others having the dreams or the visions, this time Daniel is the one having the vision. And he sees some pretty spectacular things in this vision. He sees these four beasts, and it's a lot going on with them. And then he sees all of that be wiped out. And he sees one that seems to be in control of all things, labeled as the Ancient of Days. Let's look together today and see who Daniel sees and see some interesting things said about his. Verse 9, it says, I watched till thrones were put in place, and the Ancient of Days was seated. His garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. His throne was a fiery flame, its wheels a burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. 1,000 thousands ministered to him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was seated, and the books were opened. Goes on down to verse 13. And behold, one like the Son of Man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Then to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom the one which shall not be destroyed. To see the Messiah come in and take over. What a beautiful picture this is. Daniel is filled with a lot of destruction, a lot of things that are looking ahead to Revelation. And even as he is talking about a lot of what will go on in the tribulation, he's saying, but it's all going to end when Jesus comes on the scene. But notice the description of all the things that are his. I mean, describes his countenance and what he looks like and what his hair looks like, what his throne looks like, and the wheels. And I mean, you could take that even with some of the Ezekiel things that the Ezekiel vision of what he sees with the chariot and the wheels would look like there. It's these great visions of people basically running out of words to describe what they are seeing, but trying their best to describe it to us today. Now, just to think about all the things that are his, but the most important thing is that his kingdom and his rule and his reign, his dominion, that's a kingdom that will never be destroyed. See, the tribulation time is all about destruction. Even everything that we see in our world today, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Things are falling apart, right? The earth is falling apart. This world as we know it is falling apart. Social issues, moral issues, spirituality, all of that is falling apart. And it's going to continue to fall apart. And then when Jesus steps on the earth, all things will be again made new. See, but his kingdom and his reign, they won't be destroyed. There's not another one that's going to come after him, right? A lot of what you've seen in the Daniel visions and even with Nebuchadnezzar, right? It was this kingdom and then another kingdom and then another kingdom. And even as he's looking at these visions of the four beasts, it's the four kings that were going to rise up. And even looking ahead to the time of the tribulation, and you see this beast with the 10 horns and another horn that pops up, and each one is destroyed by the next one, until one comes up, Jesus Christ, who will never be destroyed. Now, we look at it from the New Testament point of view, and knowing that Christ came and that he fulfilled all things. But looking when Daniel is having this vision, long before the Messiah even came to earth, long before Jesus Christ was born and grew up and spent 33 and a half years on this earth and then was suffering and was crucified, died, buried, and was raised to life again. All of that was said beforehand. That's the Messiah that's going to come. And he came the first time, as we look at it now. And yet what Daniel was writing about is still future for us today. It's not the first time he came. It's the next time he comes. Not the rapture when we meet him, but his second coming back to earth. So again, I'll even close out our time. I want you to imagine and be thinking about what our future holds. But more importantly, who holds our future? So then again, I would ask you, just as I did as we began, are you his? Do you belong to God by way of faith in Jesus Christ? If you don't, today can be that day. Search out his word. Ask him to reveal things to you. Seek out a believer. Seek out myself or another believer, another preacher of the gospel truth. And we'd be glad to share with you how you can accept that free gift of salvation today. You can be his. If you already belong to him, you say, I'm already his, then are you looking like you belong to him? Are you acting like it, talking like it, behaving like it, trusting like it, having faith in him like you belong to him, like he's your God? Let's do some soul searching today. God bless you, and I pray you have a great, great day.